There is nothing worse than cycling with freezing cold feet.
Yeah, some people find that this is a problem that is impossible to solve.
Fear not, in this video we're going to give you GCN's top tips on how to keep those toes nice and toasty.
How are your feet?
All right, because I followed all these tips. Choice for any cyclist wanting to achieve warm feet is a good set of overshoes. Ideally, you want a nice thick pair, possibly made of neoprene or ones with a waterproof coating. The benefits of overshoes is that they go directly over your cycling shoe, protecting your feet from the cold, wet rain. We recommend ones that come up quite high to avoid that cold air creeping in.
They also mean you don't have to double layer your socks. We'd also recommend though that you don't over tighten your cycling shoes. Bad circulation leads to cold feet.
Can't wiggle your toes around, can you?
Well, that's it, yeah. The next thing to think about is a good pair of socks. Now, what a lot of people tend to do is go and buy some really thick winter hiking socks, then squeeze them into their cycling shoes. But this is actually counterintuitive because it doesn't give you much room in your cycling shoe and it reduces your circulation. And ultimately, circulation is key. So what I suggest you do is go for a good winter cycling sock that fit in your shoe nicely, allowing you some wiggle room. That way, if you couple them up with a good set of overshoes, you'll keep your feet nice and toasty warm. It's not just about layering up your feet and your hands. You also need to think about your core. If your cold's core, it's going to take all that blood away from your extremities to look after those vital organs. That's why you get cold, numb feet and hands. So think about looking after the core, which will then look after your hands and feet. Hey, Manon.
Yeah, layer up on that core. You want a nice thick under jersey and a nice warm jacket. When you layer up your core, you won't actually need as many layers on your hands and feet as you think.
Yeah, or you just go out and find the biggest climb possible and that'll keep your core warm.
Oh, I'm sure it keeps you warm. And all of us want to... Plummet? That's not really what we want.
No, if you spend a lot of time riding in conditions like this, then you could or should consider getting some winter-specific cycling shoes. Now, these have extra insulation. They've also got some waterproof properties in there, so well, your feet don't get really wet and cold. But if you don't want to spend the extra money on getting an extra pair of shoes, then overshoes should do the trick. You've gone for the more insulated ones.
I have. I've gone for the thicker ones.
I've gone for the waterproof ones because I'm hardcore.
You're not.
Fair.
You just pretend to be. Your shoes and feet tend to take the full blast of water from your wheels in the winter. This can be a constant source of icy water straight from the road onto your little toes.
So in order to stop this, what we'd suggest you do is you get some mud guards that cover both your front wheel and your rear. That way, you're preventing all that water landing on your feet.
So those were GCN's top tips on how to keep your toes nice and toasty in these freezing conditions.
Yeah, if you've got any tips for us, then let us know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and it's helped keep nice and warm those feet, well, let us know by giving it a big thumbs up. Ooh.
Bye.
It's cold.